Hello guys, here we will be discussing how to configure a network using DHCP protocol, and then how to configure our domain name service on in that also. So we will be focusing on DHCP and DNS in this video. So when we talk about DHCP, it is basically what? It is dynamic host configuration protocol. Okay, so usually what we used to do was that whenever we try to create a network, we go to its desktop mode IP configuration and we type this IP address. This is one way of assigning IP address to these networks. Another way is using DHCP. So when DHCP is enabled in the network, automatically the systems will be configured with the correct IP addresses. We need not assign any IP address individually to each system in a network. So we usually use DHCP practically in any network, in any organization. DHCP is preferred. So this is the reason for that, right? So we will see how to do this. So let's start doing it. We will be creating again a network. I will quickly drag and drop the systems. Yeah, let's say I have got 4 systems. Then I will connect the systems with the switch. Let's suppose this is my switch. Okay, now I will connect this with our all the systems to the switches. So connections, we have this auto config connections already available as an option in Cisco Packet Tracer. You can directly use this, or if you know the wirings, then we can directly use that. So easiest way of doing it is by using this auto config connection method. Okay, this is done, one part. Second is I will go to the router part, and then I will drag and drop a router here, and then I will connect this router to this switch. So I am ready with the initial setup of a network. So what things I have done and what things I haven't done, I had just physically connected these devices, but I haven't configured these individual systems yet. As you can see here, I haven't assigned any IP addresses to the systems, any of the systems. So how to start it? Let's suppose I'm adding a note here. Let's suppose we are going to name this network as 10.0. Let's suppose my network is 192.168.10.0. So if so, what will be my gateway? Gateway will be 192.168.10.1. I can use 10.1 as my network gateway, and we know that network gateway is used in the appropriate port of the router. So when we talk about this case here, this is this port. Which port is this? Fast Ethernet 00 port. So I will quickly assign IP address to this port. Come to this Fast Ethernet port. I can do that by typing 192.168.10.1. So this is the first step in a network which you can do. You can first assign the network or the network gateway to the concerned or the connected port of the router. So this router know that it belongs to the network 192.168.10.0 and its gateway address is 10.1. Now this router can itself assign IP addresses to these systems. But before that, we need to enable DHCP in this. So how to enable? Come to the command line interface of this router, and I can write few commands over here. Okay, so when we talk about these commands, how it starts, right? I'll just tell you before starting, just give you an idea of these commands. You can see here in the config mode of the router, what we have to do, we have to type IP, DHCP, pool, and then some pool name. So let's do it. First is IP, okay, then DHCP, then pool, right? You can see we have to write the pool and then the name. What is pool means is that pool belongs to this network. Pool represents a network in which we have enabled a DHCP, right? If I connect one more network, if I set up one more network alongside this network, then I will be having a different pool name there, right? So this is the initial this is the essential the idea of this pool name. So let's suppose my pool name, as I said, let it be a CN Lab. Okay, I can use this as my CN Lab. This is done. Now I have to add the network. You can see automatically this has entered the DHCP configuration mode now. Router is inside the DHCP configuration mode. Now I have to add the network to which it belongs. So 192.168.10.0 is my network ID, right? This ID 192.168.10.0 we can see here. Now subnet mask 255.255.255.0 is my subnet mask. So I have added the network part now. Now I have to also tell this DHCP that the default what do we say, the gateway is 192.168.10.1. so it will use this. So default gateway is same as default router when you say. So that's it. We have, you see, now it has assigned the, so you can see it is saying DHCP address config server ping 10.1 here. So this is how we do it. We have assigned the DHCP part. So now let's exit it and now see whether we can fetch IP addresses for these systems now. Okay, so I will go to the first system, ipconfig static mode, click on DHCP and it will start fetching or requesting this IP address. Now DHCP request is successful. So router is assigning IP address. What is the IP address? 10.2 to this system. Similarly, every system will be assigned a IP address. If you go to the desktop, ipconfig, come to the click on DHCP, it will automatically assign. Now it has assigned 10.3 here and the gateway is 10.1. So this is how DHCP works, right? So we need not type individual IP addresses for these systems. So when you do perform any activity in a network, whether it is a static routing protocol or it is a dynamic routing protocol, you can make use of this DHCP to assign IP addresses to these systems. So this is one way of assigning IP address to our network. So for the first way is by configuring our router for this purpose. Second way is we can use a DHCP server for this task, right? So I will tell you both methods. So this is the first part, using a router. Second is how to use a DHCP server. So I will come to this networking device and devices part and I can see the third option is a server. I will click it, I will drag and drop here. So this server can be used as a DHCP server. So I will rename it as DHCP server. Okay, fine. So here it goes. So but the problem right now, but what the thing we already did is we have already configured this router. So this router is now essentially providing IP addresses to these systems. So let's delete this router for the time. Now what is happening? Now we presume that the IP addresses will not be configured automatically, but we have to complete the network. So I will again connect this router here. So I'm just doing it again to make you understand how we can use DHCP server for this. Now connect the DHCP server to the switch. So this is how these initial connections are done. Okay, so I haven't configured this router, but I will go to the server part, which is much easier. I will go to the server, I will click on it, and in this you can see the config part is there, right? And then you can go services, certain services, desktop, you can assign IP addresses to this also. We'll come to this IP address part. Let's assign an IP address to this. So let's assign an IP address which will not be used. 192.168.10 is the network. Let's say it is 10. Okay, now subnet mask will come automatically. Default gateway we have to say 192.168.10.1, which is the default gateway. So I have assigned the IP address to this DHCP server right now, but now I have to configure it for this automatic assigning of IP addresses. So I will look, you can see in the services tab we have got number of services here, of which I had to go for DHCP. There are two DHCP options. One is normal DHCP, second is DHCP v6. So this is for IPv6 addresses, this is for IPv4. So I will click on this and these things pop up. Now here I will switch on this service first. All the services are there in these devices. We just have to turn it on. So I have turned on the DHCP server. Now here you can see what in the earlier part of this video we configured this router, right, by writing certain commands. Same thing is there. There is a default pool name for this, that is your server pool. Now I have to tell what is my gateway. My gateway is 192.168.10.1, I don't know what is my DNS server. I haven't set it, and I will save it. Now you can see after saving, pool name is same, default gateway is now assigned, that is 192.168.10.1. Fine, and now IP address will start from 10.0 and subnet mask is this. Maximum user it is allowing is 255. Doesn't matter. We'll close it. Now I presume that now this server is capable of assigning IP addresses to this system. So I will previously we configured these two. Let's click on this. Go to desktop, IP config. It is static. Now let's DHCP. It is requesting for IP address. Now it says DHCP is request is successful. Means this server is providing IP addresses to these systems. Okay, so here unfortunately it is assigning IP address as 10.1, which is not permitted. So I will go back to this server and I will check it, cross check it once again. The default gateway we already said is 10.1. So okay, so I have to start it from 1. Okay, let's do it like this, and let's go back. IP config static DHCP. Okay, this is fine. What about this system? It is IP config DHCP. It is 10.4. This is fine. This is fine. But somehow this is assigning, this is giving it 10.1. Let's do it again for all the systems. It is 10.5. For this system, it is using 10.6, and for this system, it is 10.7. So you can see that all the IP addresses are different. Okay, so this is how we can configure a network using DHCP. So either we can use a server or we can use a router for this thing. So I will just enable this network. So this is my, I will just add one part here. This is my DHCP part. Now let's talk about DNS. So what is DNS is all about. Just a second, I will do it. Yeah, when I come to DNS, so how it does is DNS is basically a domain name service, right? So why it is used? We usually have a website, a certain website. Let's suppose the most facebook.com. So we browse these websites using these names, right? But instead, what actually is there in the back end, we have got certain IP addresses to these names. Certain IP addresses are there. This could be anything. Let's suppose it could be something 250, 110.100.2, something, anything, right? So we cannot always remember these IP addresses. Okay, that's not possible. So what we do instead, we use these names. How these names are converged? We use DNS for this purpose. So DNS is helping us to use these names instead of these IP addresses. Or we can use vice versa, both. If you know the IP address, you can directly browse, type the IP address in your address bar of the browser, and you will again go to the same website. So how this DNS is actually working? So let's come to this. For this, I will again use a server. Let's suppose this is my server. I will connect this server to my switch once again. Okay, and I will rename it to my DNS. DNS. Okay, now first thing, I'll click on this server. I'll go to the desktop. I'll go to the IP config. I have to give IP address to it. Let's suppose I am automatically fetching. I am clicking a DHCP. So it is requesting for an IP address, but DHCP is actually failing, because the reason for this is this DHCP server is not enabled for this DNS. So how to start for this? I will do one thing. I will statically assign some IP address to this. Let's assign an IP address which is not used anyways. So 192.168.10.2 is, I think, not used. So, and the gateway for this will be 192.168.10.1. Pretty easy. Okay, now we'll close it. So I have assigned an IP address to this DNS server. Now I'll go back to my server, DHCP server here. Now I will go back here. I will open it. I can go to my services, that is my DHCP services. Now here it requires a IP address from a DNS server. So I have to give a IP address of my DNS server. So I have to remember that IP address, that is 192.168.9.2, which I used for my DNS. Okay, so save it. Now it is, you can see that our DNS server address is 192.168.10.2. Perfect. This is done. I'll go back to my DNS server again. I will go to my services, go to DNS service, just turn it on, nothing else, and just close it. Okay, so this is done. So I will go back to my system again, ipconfig, it was static earlier, now it is DHCP. Now you can see that it is fetching the DNS server as 10.2. So it is identifying a DNS server in its network, which is this server. And the IP address we used for this server was actually, you can see it was 10.2. So all these systems will automatically be converged or be directed towards this DNS server. So whenever any website is accessed from this systems which belongs to this DNS server, the reply will be coming from this DNS server. Okay, so how we can do that? I'll go back to the system. I can see maximize it. I have got web browser here. I will click it and I will just type the IP address 192.168.10.2 was the DNS server IP address. Enter, and you can see it is accessing the website, right? So if I somehow type a wrong DNS server address, let's suppose it is 3, and I press enter, and let's see what is going to tell us. Just press on go. Yeah, it says request timeout, meaning this is a wrong DNS server. So I will go correct it again to and go. Now you can see it is fetching you the correct website. So if you have to imagine if you have to access Facebook by always writing an IP address, and then you have to access Google, so many websites, so many IP addresses, so we cannot remember all these things. So what DHCP is providing you one more thing is, come back to the DNS server, go to the services, come to the DNS service, and you can see here IP address. Just write the IP address here 192.168.10.2 it is using, and you can give it a name. Let's suppose it is, the name is cnlab.com, and save it. Okay, no DNS record selected. Just a second. Okay, I have to add it. Fine. Yeah, here you can see cnlab.com is the name, and this is the IP addresses. So what we can expect right now, I'll go back to my system, I'll go to the browser again, I clicked on the browser. Yeah, here it is. Now what I can write, I can, instead of writing the IP address, I can write cnlab.com. yeah, it is giving you the same content again. But instead, if I write something else, if I write here google.com host name unresolved, why? Because we haven't configured this website or added this name in this DNS server under this service here. So I can do that, right? So this is how things work. We can have a separate DNS for every service. So this is how this DHCP, and this part I will name it as my DNS. Okay, this is how it works. So I'll just go back to quickly go back to all my systems and check whether it is all configured. ipconfig static, again I will click on DHCP, is requesting for IP address, and you got the correct DNS server here, and you got a IP address here. You'll just close it. Next system, ipconfig static DHCP, refresh, it is coming again requesting IP address. Yeah, we got a new IP address and a new DNS server. DNS server is IP address is same for all the systems. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial or this video. I hope you understood how to configure it network using DHCP, using a router or using a server, and then how to configure a network for our DNS. Okay, so we are done with the configuration of DHCP and DNS. I hope you all understood this content. If there is any doubt, you comment in the section below. I will provide you any further assistance if needed.